Well, good morning. It is Tuesday, August the 16th, 2011, and I'm just waiting here at the Whitby GO station. I'm waiting for my 5:06 train to Union Station. Right now it's 5 o'clock, and I've just been waiting 2 or 3 minutes now for the train. And so what I'm doing here today is I'm going to catch this train from here in Whitby over to Union Station, where I'm then going to take a taxi up to the Toronto Bus Terminal, which I'm then going to hop on a bus, Greyhound bus, which is going to take me all the way from downtown Toronto to downtown New York, Manhattan, the Big Apple. So this is my big trip for the year, going to New York City. I've never been, and I'm really looking forward to it. And it should be a good journey. With me right now, this is what I'm carrying with me. I have my backpack, which is going to be my carry-on. I have a medium-sized suitcase, or medium-large-sized suitcase, and then I have in this large, awkwardly shaped cardboard box my bicycle and a few accessories with the bicycle. So I've got under the bicycle, I've got skateboard wheels, which is helping me to maneuver this around as I'm going from terminal to terminal. So hopefully this will fit in the back of a taxi cab when I get to Toronto in an hour or so. So just waiting for the train now. It should be coming from that direction, and so I'll keep you posted on my travel on this trip. So it's almost 7 o'clock now, and I'm sitting here in the Toronto Bus Terminal, just waiting for my bus ride. The bus to New York leaves at 8 a.m., so got about another hour to wait. I've been here for about half an hour or so. I took the taxi up from Union Station to here, and the bike box didn't fit in the back seat as I hoped it would, but the driver suggested just putting it in the trunk with the lid open, and that ended up working just fine, so that wasn't a problem. So just gonna wait here patiently for another hour. I wanted to make sure I was nice and early, just in case in case something happened with the train, in case I had to take a different train, or in case there's a big accident or something and taking the taxi was a big problem or something. But I'm here now with lots of time to spare, so I'm feeling a little bit more relaxed than I was this morning. Getting up that early was a real challenge for me. I ended up getting up at about 3:45 to get to leave the house at about 4:45 or 4:30, just to get to the station again with lots of time to spare, so that I'd be able to get all my difficult to maneuver stuff onto the train and all that, get my ticket purchased, so I could get here without missing my bus. So feeling a little bit more relaxed now. I'm quite tired though. Had a little bit of trouble sleeping last night because I've kind of gotten used to staying up later and not used to getting up at 3:45 in the morning. So a little bit challenging, and going to bed last night was a little bit challenging just because of excitement and a little bit of nerves, just traveling to a really big city all by myself. It's a little bit scary, but nothing that I can't handle. So for getting here, I used a skateboard under the bike box, which has been working quite well. It works really well for when you're pushing the bike forward in a straight line, but whenever you have to make any sort of a turn, or if you have to swerve around something, it's a real challenge, because skateboard wheels aren't really designed for making sharp corners. You have to tilt the box to one side, and that turns the wheels a little bit. Even though I loosened off the trucks, things on the bottom of the skateboard to make it turn a little bit easier. But anyways, I'm just gonna wait for my bus, and I talked to the Greyhound guy. He told me that the bus I'm taking is actually a non-stop. It stops lots of places, but you don't have to transfer buses. The bus you get on here is the same bus that goes all the way to New York City, which is good, because I don't want to have to unload all that stuff again and load it onto a different bus at one of the transfer points. So anyways, I paid for my ticket for having the bike. You had to pay, it was $33.90, so I think it's maybe $30 plus tax. A lot more than what I was told on the phone. They said it would be $3, but you never know with Greyhound. That's kind of the experience that I've been having so far, but when this trip's over, I'll probably make a video about my overall opinions on Greyhound. But anyways, I'm just going to just sit here patiently and wait for my bus. So I'm just in Syracuse, New York right now, which is the last major stop before getting to New York City. And so this is the bus that I've been riding on right there. It's the ticket was purchased through Greyhound, but I think they must have chartered out this this route today to this other company called New York Trailways, and I've been really happy with the bus. At first I was a little bit concerned when I saw that the bus was not, it didn't say Greyhound on the side, just because one of the reasons I chose Greyhound was because I knew that they had free wireless internet for the journey, which, it's a bit of a luxury, but really, if you're sitting on a bus for 12 hours, it really would help make the time go by a lot faster. So, in fact, Trailways had the same service and been really happy with their wireless, so it's been a really good trip. Before we stopped in Syracuse, our last place we stopped was Buffalo. We started in Buffalo and we stopped at Buffalo Airport, the bus terminal and the airport. And before that, we stopped at Niagara Falls to cross the border. So it took quite a long time to go through customs. When we got to the border, there was about 3 or 4 other buses ahead of us. So we had to wait for those guys to go through the border first before we could go in. And it seemed like the buses ahead of us took like maybe 10 minutes to go through, one at a time. And, that seemed pretty fast. And, we didn't really see a whole bunch of people getting off the bus or anything. And however, when we went, we all had to get off the bus and take all of our luggage in, and that's what you'd expect for a border crossing, but the 3 buses ahead of us didn't seem to need to do that. So I just keep looking over my shoulder because I don't want the bus to leave without me. So after thinking about it, after leaving, I thought, well, maybe those 4 buses ahead of us didn't have any passengers on them, so maybe it was just the driver that needed to get out, and they needed to send security just to go and check out inside the buses to make sure that everything was there was nothing in there that wasn't supposed to be. But anyway, so they said that the big long wait at the border, you know, probably having to wait for the other buses, delayed us by about an hour and 15 minutes. But they made up 45 minutes of that time by cutting one of the stops out that they were going to do, which was to Rochester. There's only one passenger on the bus that needed to go to Rochester, and there's another bus that was leaving, you know, around the same time that was also going to Rochester. So they pulled that one passenger off and put them on another bus, and it ended up being totally fine. They got everyone got to where they needed to go, and we got a little bit better on schedule. So just gonna load back on the bus, and just a few more hours, then I'll be in New York City, and I'm sure there'll be lots of things to film once I get there. So the time on the bus really has been flying by quite quickly. As I said, the wireless has been quite good. I've been playing a lot of Tetris on my computer, as well as watching some of the documentaries that I have about New York City, which I watched a lot of them. There's a 14-hour documentary series that I started watching back in the winter, and I've just picked up them again and started watching them again. So I just have a little bit more left. I'm just watching one right now, which is on the history of the World Trade Center, which I'm finding really interesting. So anyways, I can get back on the bus and get back to that, and soon I'll be in New York City.